Unsyndicated presents Off the Air with Sean Baligian.
What is up? Anybody that knows me knows why we're going on now, because the first period of a certain hockey game just ended. Anybody that knows him knows why he is here. My name is Sean Baligian. That is Jack Baligian, an employee of the Detroit Tigers.
Yes, as of this afternoon.
How weird does that sound, kid?
I'm never going to get used to it.
All right, so tell me about it. Tell everybody about it. How things happen. You got hooked up. You start next Monday.
Yeah. It's a video production assistant job for the 2025 season. Really looking forward to it.
What a dream come true.
I know.
Seriously. You know what? You, for those of you that have followed me forever, good new week, Sean. What's up? Hey, Eric. For those of you who have known me forever, you know how much my kid loves baseball, and he loves the Tigers. So, yeah, that was one of those things when I was on my way home from state champs, and I got that phone call, and I was like, wait a second. Jack, you're gonna what?
It's crazy.
Yeah, so you start Monday, and I couldn't be happier. I'm very proud of you.
Really looking forward to it.
I'm very proud of you. Look at people jumping in already. Good stuff. Robert, there's a big fan. Congrats, Jack. That's so cool. All you guys remember me on the radio talking about all the games we went to and everything. The only reason I got season tickets, I've said this 100 times before in my life, I liked baseball. Because of him, I grew a huge love for baseball, and we ended up having tickets for 14 years or whatever the heck it was. And the only reason that I got rid of the tickets is when he went away to school at DePaul in Chicago. So 2017 was our last year having them.
Yeah.
And we still try to get to go to games. As a matter of fact, you guys probably know this. We're driving to Milwaukee tomorrow to watch the Tigers play. We're going to see the Tigers the Wednesday afternoon game, and then come home Wednesday night, and then go see the Tigers at Comerica Park for the first time on Thursday.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
It feels like it's been ages since we've been to Comerica.
It has been. It was Miggy's last weekend.
Wow.
It was Miggy's. Remember, you came down at the radio station I used to work for. You came down and you were hanging out with me and my pal Lomas. And Lomas told you multiple times how crazy your dad is. And Jack's like, I've lived with him my whole life. You don't
preaching
know,
to the choir.
You don't know crazy. Hey, there's something broken in that man. But yeah, that Friday night, isn't that crazy? That's the last time we went. This is pretty cool to type this. Talking baseball with a real Tigers employee. Where's the lie?
No, you're not wrong.
Where's the lie? So I'm going to tag you on that. Okay, kid? Is that cool?
Yeah.
Let me see. Let me see. This is how we always begin the shows, like this. There you go. Talking baseball with a real Tigers employee, Jack Baligian.
Look at that.
No more sponging off daddy. You're damn right, Eric. Eric said, I'm joking. No. There's no jokes there.
There's validity.
He's going to give me tickets. This is where, remember, I used to plant the money tree, and I used to plant the ticket tree. I got myself some seedlings right here. So, no, really looking forward to it. But I'm very excited about this Tiger start. You and I talked about this last week, and I give you a lot of credit. I talked about this on Woodward, and I talked about it when I was on, I think, with Shep. I'm done looking at this team and trying to figure out all of the things that are wrong with this team. Okay? What I mean by that is they're winning baseball games. They've been winning baseball games for a long period of time. How they ended last year, they've been able to carry over and start this year that way. Jack, maybe, just maybe, This is a darn good baseball team.
I really think so. I mean, I've been watching these games. Their small ball has improved. Just these bloop singles, doubles. They're so much better at getting on base, and that was something I spent a lot of time marveling at last year when I was watching the Guardians with my friend Bobby from Cleveland. Shout out, Bobby.
Shout out, Bobby. Bobby, when are you coming over to hang? You talk so much shit. Yo, I'm going to come over and see you. I never see you, Bobby, so come on.
But it's amazing to see us actually like build momentum throughout a game and keep it. And what kind of world are we living in where Zach McKinstry's batting .298 with 8 RBI?
This is where we're Torque. Many people, yours truly included. Oh, look at our buddy Louie. Jack, congrats on the new job. Sean, so happy for you, brother. Proud papa moment for sure. Absolutely. Unbelievable. He's a great kid. He did it on his own, and I'm very proud of him. Torque was a guy, Jack, in the offseason. I said it multiple times. I was very pissed off at his attitude. And when you're struggling as much as that guy was struggling, it's probably in your best interest. It's probably in your best interest to sit back and say, hey, man, whatever I need to do, I'm going to do it. And he was kind of talking about that's not the way I do things. I've done this for all my life. And I said, sometimes you just got to shut up and go, yeah, man, whatever it takes. He looks like a completely different player at the plate, man.
Yeah.
His approach, everything about it, he just looks like a confident major leaguer now.
He's drawing walks. That was something we never saw last year. And I really think in the offseason, like, the best thing they could have done was put the fear of God in him. You might not be first baseman this year. You got to change things up or you might be out of a job. You might be a mud hen in 2025.
This is one of those things, Jack. It was, okay, so what was the real Torque? Was it the guy that struggled? Was it the guy that had the month and a half? And let's be honest, the month and a half, Cole, get used to it. Cole's done this 10,000 times. If you've watched this before, Cole always sneaks between the legs. The exception to the rule, the small, was him going off for the 31 home runs.
Yeah.
And now the way he started this season, man, honestly, I sit back and say to myself, I hope this guy sticks around.
Yeah. 5 home runs and under 70 plate appearances so far this year. And I saw this stat the other day, like, to get 5 home runs, it took him well over 200, 250 at bats in previous seasons. So to see him doing this so early is incredible. Now, I'm not saying he's going to hit 50, but I'm really liking what I'm seeing from him.
Here's you know what I like too? I like angry Torque.
Yes.
Like, I really do. I like angry, like when he hit that bomb and the little,
he's amping himself up as he runs.
The angry bat flip and everything.
Yeah.
That was fantastic. By the way, if you bet that Baligian would bring up Ivan Demidov in under 5 minutes, you lost the bet.
Damn.
He did. He lost a shitload on that. I made him watch the first period of the game. The Habs, prospect. Some people are saying the best prospect in hockey made his debut tonight, and he had a goal and an assist in the first period. In only 13 minutes and 32 seconds. Yeah. Is that any good?
That'll do it.
Jack, overall, the one thing that we're seeing about this team is I look at this team, and we were talking about this today, and I have to give my buddy Neil Rule credit for this from Woodward Sports. Make sure to check us out on Woodward Sports. He said, why not the Tigers?
Yeah.
And my first response is, okay, come on, stop it. And then I sit back and go, okay, who in the American League scares the crap out of you? I'm not being funny. Who in the American? I like the Rangers. I think the Rangers are going to bounce back this year. That was my pick before the season. And the Rangers were off to a great start until they got swept by the Mariners. I like the Rangers. The Angels, I think it's smoke and mirrors. It's a nice start. Yeah. I would be shocked if it stuck around. Let's face it, I'd be shocked if Mike Trout can stay healthy. God bless him, but the guy can't stay healthy. The Jays, let's wait and see. The Guardians, as you said, they do so many little things right. But who do you look at and go, ooh, because really nobody.
Yeah.
That's a pretty cool thing right
I
now,
mean, the
man.
guards always give us trouble. I mean, their bullpen still scares me. I think it's PTSD from the playoffs. Like Hunter Gaddis and Cade Smith are names that are etched into my brain at this point. But you see Class A, he's not doing well.
No, boy, they figured him out last
Yeah.
year too. I mean, that's the beautiful thing. We do want to get into the road trip and some of the road trips that perhaps you have taken in your life as well. This is his first trip to Milwaukee. It's funny, some of the local places, like the running gag that he and I have had for about 15 years now is. Okay, this is the year we're going to Cincinnati.
Oh, yeah.
This has been going on for 15 years. This is the year we're going to Cincinnati. And who knows, Jack, maybe it'll happen. I know that you will be busy for all of the Tiger home games, because that's when you're going to be working. I mean, for people out there that don't know, that he's going to be there every home game, and that's the way it goes. We'll get into that, some other things as well. But first, I want to tell you about our friend Lindsay Broadwell. Hey, when it comes time to getting yourself a house, whether you're buying, selling, or both, you need to contact the right agent. Who do we recommend? That lady right there, Lindsay Broadwell. Your house is probably the biggest investment you'll ever make, and that's why you need a pro. Lindsay grew up on the mean streets of Northville and has expanded her team all over Southeast Michigan. She's an expert in all facets of the business, and when it's time to move, our friend Lindsay and her team will make sure you get the most out of your house and everything goes smoothly when finding your new home. Buyer, seller, even first-time buyer, it doesn't matter. Make sure you contact Lindsay at BroadwellHomes.com. She'll help you with everything from start to close. Licensed realtor at Real Broker LLC. Start your search today at BroadwellHomes.com. Gordy Wilson. Congrats, Jack. Way to overcome and not let that last name hold you back. Well, here's he called himself Mark Blaisdell, Jack Blaisdell, and told everybody he was related to Mark Blaisdell, if you remember that name. So, yeah, he denied that's the way it goes. Western Michigan Broncos, you got to give it up, no doubt about it. Look what Chuck said. Great American is on my top 5 list of parks to see. Congrats, Jack. See, everybody talks up that place. See, I love Milwaukee. You and I talked about this before. Pittsburgh is probably number 1.
Oh, yeah.
Pittsburgh's probably number 1. I don't want to speak for you. I absolutely loved Citi Field.
Yep.
There was a
easy number 2 for me.
Do you know what it was? I always say this. It had all the modern amenities, but then like out in the right field, they had like this family area. And Jack, it reminded me of going to Hens games. It was like a AAA. It was like, okay, this is cool. There's like this AAA vibe here and everything. You know, the old ones, I know you haven't been to Fenway yet. I certainly want to change that, but I love Dodger Stadium.
Stadium.
Love Dodger Stadium.
Too expensive, but
you lived about what, a mile away from there? Was it 2 miles away from there, right? How far away from there were you?
About 2 miles.
Okay, about 2 miles.
Silver Lake Echo Park area.
Yeah, no doubt. Riley Green. And I want to keep this in its proper context, okay? I promised myself and then promised him I'm not going to be like negative Nelly guy. They've earned that now, okay? Last year was a miracle. Can we all admit it? Like, he's a huge Tiger fan. It was a miracle. Everything came together. The 0.2 chance to get in, 0.02, chaos, all of that, okay? This is a good staff. It's a good pen. It's a good start, and all of a sudden these bats are going. And then there's Riley Green. I have always felt in this town, and you guys have heard me say this, and that's why, Todd, you know this, why do you hate Dylan Larkin? Why do you hate one of the guys at work, Riley Green? Why? We have a tendency in this town to call good players great players. We do. Good players, great players. And I give a tip of the cap to my boy Shep with this. I heard Shep say this 15 years ago, and I've asked him for permission, mind you. Shep said, in the sporting world, we use the word great too often.
Yeah.
And when I was hosting, I was doing It Is What It Is, Shep said that, and I go, Shep, I'm going to use that forever. May I have your permission if I give you proper attribution? He was like, Shep, of course, and everything. I love that quote. And I think we're all guilty of doing that. I don't call Riley Green a great player yet. I think Riley Green is a good player. There are a lot of concerns with Riley Green, not just now, but what do you see out of Riley Green?
Well, as for right now, I mean, it's a slump, and he's had bad stretches before. It's an unfortunate start to the season after a really promising first few games with those 3 home runs, but it is clear now that he's just so in his head, and it's been rough to watch some of those at-bats.
It has, and I'll tell you what, and maybe I'm seeing what I want to. He kind of runs wonky now.
He does,
and I've always been worried about those legs.
Yeah,
but I don't know if you guys are seeing the same thing. Jack and I were talking about when we were watching the game the other day. It's kind of a wonky run.
Yeah.
Like, I worry about the longevity in those legs. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And thankfully for tonight's game, he has the night off. So hopefully that makes some sort of a difference. He can have a little rest, kind of talk with the trainers, work on changing things up, because what's happening right now is not working. I mean, last 7 games, he's got an OPS of 190 and 1 hit. And that I'm not saying send him down to Toledo.
Right.
I don't want that to be misconstrued. I would love for him to succeed and to stay on this team because he's a good player. But little time off, move him down in the lineup, because I've seen him
get your head right,
completely kill the momentum of innings where we were starting to pick up steam.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Some more of your comments in just a second. I want to tell you about our friends at the Wealth Advantage Group. If you're ready to take charge of your financial future, well, you need to look no further than the Wealth Advantage Group. 2 guys that I know my son is a big fan of, both of them. These guys are located in historic downtown Northville and owned by those 2 guys right there. 2 brothers, the Handsome brothers, with over 20 years of industry experience. They had the best pool in the neighborhood and let Jack swim in that pool all the time. So that tells you what type of human beings that they are. They also understand that your financial goals are as unique as you are. And that's why they offer personalized expert guidance to help you navigate the complexities of financial planning. Now, whether you're saving for retirement, getting ready to sell your company, or already in retirement, they can help guide you through every step of your financial journey, and they work with clients throughout all stages of life. Look, the investment world is a complex one, especially now, the ups and downs. But if you're ready to start taking your finances more seriously, it's time to work with the experts. Reach out to those guys. They're my friends, our family. We trust them with our finances. You can trust them as well. The Wealth Advantage Group, 248-773-8574, or check out their website at www.thewealthadv.com. Mike said, Jack, big congrats. You are following in your dad's footsteps, kind of. You're doing better than I am. I haven't
come on.
I haven't worked for a professional team. Well, I mean, I called games for a professional team, but you're an official employee.
Well, that's true.
That's pretty. Listen, I only called games for a professional team. I wasn't an official employee. Someone says Sean loves Brandon Inge. Well, you have a good memory, Eric. Remember the game we went to when they called him back up? You and I were like dumbfounded. Remember, he got sent down to AAA. And that was when the Tigers brought Wilson Betamine in, who wasn't much better, but he was better. And they brought Brandon Inge back up, and everybody gave him a standing ovation. Do you remember you and I were in the crowd going, like, we thought it was candid camera. Like, what are you giving him a standing ovation for?
I don't remember that, but really I love that happened.
Oh, no, real true story. We were like, am I missing something? Is there what's going on? Let's see. Chuck said, look at Brandon Inge. See, Todd joins the fun. Chuck said Fenway, Camden, PNC, Great American, Wrigley. You know my thoughts on Wrigley, okay? Fenway's unbelievable, Chuck. I think it's an entity unto itself, and I've told him that. The thing that I worry about Fenway with him is the same thing that happened to me in Wrigley. People talk about it so much, and the area around Fenway so cool, as the area where you lived around Wrigley so cool. But it's almost like it can't live up to expectations. Remember Happy Gilmore when Happy went to his happy place and there was a wee fellow riding the horse and the lady comes out with the beers? That's what I was expecting when I went to Wrigley, and I was like, it's cool.
It's cool. Yeah.
It's cool, but it was almost like there was no way he could live up to those expectations. Fenway's unbelievable. I would put Wrigley down there like you did as well. Chuck, let me. And did you see Matt? Matt lived in Chicago as well. What, Sean? You don't like the steel beams blocking your view at Wrigley? Do you remember when we went to that damn Cardinals game? Do you remember that when I came and visited you at DePaul and we went to that damn Cardinals game and we were way up top and they had that beam right in front of us. And I was like, are you shitting me? I paid so much. It was Cubs cards and we were way up top. And I was like, well, these aren't bad. And then the beam.
Yeah.
I didn't know the beam was there. Let me go back to Chuck's list though. Fenway, Camden. I still haven't
always
been there.
wanted to go.
Shame on me. PNC, Great American, Wrigley. Camden's another place. Maybe we can do a 2-for-1 in like Boston and then go swoop down to Baltimore or something like that. Yeah, game. Absolutely. So wearing a Yanks jack is out, right? Yes. Wearing a Yanks hat the first day of work.
I wouldn't be caught dead.
Well, Eric, much to your chagrin, we watched the Tigers eliminate the Yankees. We did. Yeah. We saw it. Yeah, it was pretty cool, actually. It was really
these
really,
old eyes.
It was really, really cool. What else did you have? There were a few things.
Down.
There were a few things. There were a few things that I know you wanted to hit on. So what else did you want to hit on?
What else did I have?
Come here, Coley. Good boy. Daddy's got to go watch hockey. Yes. Ivan Demidov had it going in his ears already. He sure did. Be great if you could join the party, Cole Caulfield. All right.
I guess just speaking to the status of the team as a whole, I mean, what we were talking about with Riley, we're seeing a little too much aggression at the plate with some of these guys. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Yes.
The wild swings, the first pitch swings in particular.
Yeah, that's something you pointed out the other night. The first pitch swinging,
they love it.
It's really...
And it's just not smart a lot of the time.
Yeah.
And pitchers pick up on that stuff,
absolutely.
So it's
no doubt.
You've got to change the approach. You got to be smart with that. But I don't think this is a fluke so far.
I don't think so.
I'm not trying to be an early season slappy. I think these guys have changed up their approach in a lot of ways, and it's working.
I'm being serious. I wasn't playing the part because he knows I loved it. This guy's in the doghouse. That I wasn't playing the part. There was no way you could replicate what you did with Chaos last year. Well, they don't have to. They improved their pitching staff.
Yeah.
Tarek Skubal's still Tarek Skubal. You got Flaherty back. Jackson Jobe, I'm not putting him into the Hall of Fame yet, but we needed to see the kind of outing that he had the other day.
A very good start.
Reese is Reese. And the same thing, listen, Mize isn't out of worry territory yet, but you have to be encouraged about what we've seen out of him far, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's interesting. You love Camden. Hold on. Let me get back. Let me see. Matt chimed in. Matt's a big spark too. What, Sean, you didn't like the steel beans. Then he said, you'd like Camden. It's really cool. Good restaurants and bars like Fenway. My buddy Mike from What the Puck loves Camden. I still can't believe that we haven't been there as well. Listen, I'm just saying Javi is batting nearly 300 with an OPS over 700. Maybe it really was the hips. That surgery seems to have done wonders. For reference, Correa is batting under 200. Do I think it's real with Javi? No. And I think the strikeouts are still very alarming, but I can't pound on him when he's not doing poorly.
Yeah. He's manufacturing runs.
While I'm sitting back and saying I'm not going to take the negative Nelly roll about the team, I reserve the right to take the negative Nelly roll about Javi.
Oh, absolutely.
I hope I'm wrong, but I think Javi's going to regress. I hope you're right, Alan. I really, really do. He said, sorry, Sean, I have to say this. How ridiculous is it that MSU is building a $130 million Olympic stadium before upgrading Spartan Stadium? Matt, when we went to the game last year, the Indiana game, if you remember, it was a beautiful early November game. As the game went on, it got very cold. It was so interesting. Walking around, that was the first thing that popped into my mind. how are we still dealing with the concessions? That the concessions are so poor there. It's. I mean, really, Jack, you know I'm right.
Oh, yeah.
The concession. First of all, the concessions are so poor there. Mix in a kiosk. Modernize the place, for goodness sake. It's a great, venerable place. And I don't even mind the seats, okay? The Spartan Club, we've had the opportunity to sit up there. That's great. But just modernize inside, right? Give people some options, if you will. Jack, I know you were out in Cali, but when Lauren, Mom, and I went, I'm not joking. It was one of those things. I was looking around. Matt, I'm so glad you brought this up because I think my anger that day about the Spartans kind of made me forget about this. I literally walked around and said those things nobody wants to say. Wow, this place is a dump.
Yeah.
Fix it. I'm with you, dude. I'm with you. Bill said, congrats on the new gig, Jack. Best of luck. That's cool.
Thank you very much.
Austin said, our defense hasn't killed us with the errors yet, but I feel it's a ticking time bomb. Austin, especially the infield. You know it. I know it.
Yeah.
We all know it. I'm terrified. I'm absolutely terrified. I got to go watch hockey, and he's got to go watch the Tigers. So did you know that thousands of Metro Detroiters have already called Legacy Partners to get help with their home and auto insurance? Our friends at Legacy are one of Southeast Michigan's top independent insurance agents. They provide a full-service, one-stop solution for all of your insurance needs, personal and business, large and small. Legacy has helped our listeners by fixing mistakes other agents have made. There were a ton for our family, asking the right questions to get the right coverage. They did that for my family and save you some money. Boy, isn't that what it's all about right about now? Chances are, if you haven't checked your policies in the last year, you're probably paying too much and you could be underinsured. What are you waiting for? Give Legacy a chance to help with your home, your cars, life insurance, Medicare enrollment, or your business insurance needs. Call them today, 586-209-4106, or visit legacypartnersins.com to get started with your new quotes. All right, everybody heard from my big mouth. I want you, I'm going to put you on the spot right now.
Oh, no.
No, what are your 5 favorite parks? We've been to a bunch because I have a feeling when all is said and done, I will say this before you get to it. I love with a capital L going to Rogers Center. Not the stadium. The atmosphere around the stadium is second to none. It really, would you agree?
Absolutely.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of going to like the Livonia Spree, if you know, without all the carnies. You got all this food all over the place, all these incredible kiosks and everything. I love going to Rogers Center, and then you walk in that place and it's just this big cement block. There's no other way to say it. But just off the top of your head, if you had your 5 favorite parks that we've been to.
1 is PNC. 2 would be Citi Field. 3, I think I'm going to go Dodger Stadium. I mean, I don't like the $18 beers, but Dodger Stadium on a Friday night is unbeatable.
I love Dodger Stadium. Really, if you're talking old school parks, it's right behind Fenway in my mind.
Angel Stadium's up there.
I
don't know if I'd have that at 4 or 5. I really liked it.
For the old stadiums, I'd creep that in at 3.
Yeah.
Like, seriously.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you, and I know people are going to say this is heresy. I'd rather see a game there than I would at Wrigley.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry.
I really would. I'd rather see a game there than Wrigley. It was really clean. That's what blew my mind. For such an old stadium, the Big A was really, really clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then probably Wrigley, I guess.
Okay.
Fair
enough.
Trying to think of the other ones. I mean, Progressive and guaranteed rate.
Yeah. You know what? We need to go back there this summer.
Oh, yeah.
It's been 19 years.
I'd like to.
Seriously, we haven't been there in 19 years. Todd said Spartan Stadium has been a dump since 1923. Todd and the rest of the U of M fans. Of course, it is. Mark said, best of luck, Jack. Your dad has obviously taught you well. Isn't that nice?
Thank you.
Mark, are you watching hockey tonight, by the way? Because I have to go back to watching hockey in a second. I think you and I might be watching the same game, but he's not a fan. Did we point that out?
Oh.
He is not a fan of the Habs.
I see.
He is not a fan of the Habs. San Francisco Giants Park, the most overrated. Does Dodger Stadium live up to his hype? He and I really wanted to go. We really want to go to Frisco as well. Dodger Stadium it's got that old charm, Bill. It's very spacious. And people were talking about Dodger dogs, and I was like, it's a hot dog. What do you...
They're fantastic.
I don't know. Do they put crack in it? I don't know if they sprinkle heroin in it. Like, a Dodger dog was good, right? A
great.
Dodger dog was good.
Great.
How would you describe Dodger Stadium? You've been there more than I have now.
It really, I mean, being the film guy, I'll go with what I said to Bobby and Kyle back in the fall. It feels like you walked into Ocean's 11. It's like a very 60s vibe ballpark, and it's just great with the sunset and the hills out in the distance. And it's just, those fans love their team.
They do. They really do.
It's easy to call a lot of them bandwagons, but, and I know a few, but...
Bill said they throw ungodly breaking stuff in the show, Jack. Crash Davis, that's good. Cole bite Aaron Judge in the ass. We were watching Aaron Judge last night. We watched that documentary.
Oh, yeah, that World Series documentary.
What was that thing called?
Fight for Glory.
That was pretty
on
cool.
Apple TV.
That was pretty cool.
Pretty good.
I liked how they put that together. Chase, my buddy Chase from Woodward, said, I really enjoyed Busch Stadium with the arch and the skyline in center field.
Oh, yeah.
That's another one that's been on our list forever.
I'd love
Do you know
to
what the
go.
problem with that is, though, Chase? Everybody and their brother tells me, like, don't go there in June, July, and August because, of the ungodly humidity. That's really the only time I can go. I mean, especially like if you get closer to the fall, I have way too much going on with college football and calling the hockey and everything. But that's definitely on the list as well. Let me see. Sparty Stadium is a dump. Jason said nothing beats Old Tiger Stadium obstructed view seats. You have no idea. Dude, you have no idea. Jason's so right.
Oh, I've seen photos of those beams, though. That's
gross.
insane.
The Astrodome is nicer than Spartan Stadium, and it's been uninhabited for 25 years.
Wow.
Oh, gosh. Jack, awesome. Congrats on the new gig. Fellas, can we retire the City Connect jerseys? They keep coming out with new ones, and they just keep getting worse. Keep in mind, I'm 36, so I'm young enough to speak Jack's language, but I'm slowly becoming Clint Eastwood and Gran Torino. Join me, Austin. Get on the porch. Let's yell at kids for running on the lawn. This kid comes out and says, oh, that's great. That's sweet. That's dope.
No, but it's just as much fun to get mad about him, too. Those new Chicago ones that look like Bulls jerseys.
Yes.
Horrendous. It's awesome yelling about them.
Thank you. Chris said, I'll take the hot dogs in Montreal over anyone. Toasted buns.
Ooh.
Toasted buns. It's so key. And while you're there, go to one of the famous delis and get yourself a smoked meat sandwich. Your life will never be the same. I promise you. If I ever led you wrong about food, fellas, okay? I may have led you wrong about sports stuff. I don't think I've ever led you wrong about food. Get yourself a smoked meat sandwich. Pistons, Knicks, round one, who we got? I love this matchup against the Knicks, Bill. I know we were going to talk baseball. I love this matchup against the Knicks because you know as well as I do, they're Charmony soft and they're mentally soft, and there's so much pressure. After all, they play in the world's most famous arena, and I think if they get down, I think they stay down. I will not be shocked at all if the Pistons knock them off. Not at all.
Yeah.
Are your group of friends, are you guys excited about the Pistons at all, or are you like waiting to see, okay, give me more, give me more?
I mean, I think as Pistons fans, we're just kind of happy to be here.
Okay.
I mean, Bobby's full Cavs. He's really the only guy I talk about basketball with, but he's too pumped about them to be worried about us.
Fair enough.
I believe he called our run cute.
You know I love to drop the C word. All right, I got to go watch hockey, you guys. So let me do one more read. Jack, you're very familiar with these next people that we're going to talk about. They actually did the work at Jack's graduation party. They've helped our family out a few different times. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about All About Catering. All About Catering, LLC. Full service caterer, graduations, weddings, bridal showers, corporate events, anything you need catering for, from 25 to 4,000 people. All About Catering can and will take care of you. Customer service and satisfaction is their number one goal. So don't sweat your next big event. Go to allaboutcateringllc.com today. Check out their menus and all their 5-star reviews. Guys, Rick and his staff are going to take care of you and your family the way that they took care of our family. Graduation season's coming up. You looking for somebody? Call 586-731-1398. That's 586-731-1398 to get your event started. Bill said, when does Jack start? Monday.
Padres series.
Padres. We're going to we're going to Milwaukee. We're leaving tomorrow. We're going to the matinee game Wednesday, and then coming back and going to the Tiger game Thursday. And it's going to be the last Tiger game that he and I can go together to. It's okay for the foreseeable future.
Yeah.
Right? No, but
Yeah.
I couldn't be happier for you. Who leads the Tigers in home runs when the year is said and done? Will it be Torque?
I think
You
it will
feeling
be.
good about Torque
I
now?
think it will be.
Kerry Bonds?
Yeah.
We know his weakness. We know his
yeah.
weakness.
And pitchers are starting to figure that out.
Tigers win the division?
I think so.
I'm just
Why not? Why not the
okay,
Tigers?
why not? There. I worry about the Royals. I'm not lying. I really do. When you have a guy that good, I mean, he's one of the best players in baseball.
Oh, diabolical.
Right? Diabolical. That's great. We'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. I hope you're right. I want Shauner to adopt me. Bill, you can come over anytime. Jack and I, Jack is a big ribs guy. So you know how I like to smoke the meats and everything. I think I made pulled pork too much for him because that was your favorite.
Kind of put a moratorium on
Yeah,
that.
that was his favorite. So now he likes the long rib version.
Mm-hmm.
There's the 4-hour version, and then there's the 6-hour version. And I don't think you'll ever go back to the 4-hour version.
No.
Okay, good. Hey, Todd, thank you. We will talk again Friday night. Todd, thank you. Mike and I are going to have a playoff preview for What the Puck. We're going to have our watch parties again. I promise you we'll do at least once a week. And then during the Stanley Cup, we'll try to do them every night. Ryan Ossenmacher is going to join us. He's the head of the Coaches Association in the great state of Michigan. Team Michigan has a game coming up and a tournament after that, and we're going to be broadcasting it on State Champs. But great talking baseball with you again.
Always
I look
a
forward to
pleasure.
the next few days, and congratulations. A Tigers employee. The kid works for the Detroit Tigers. How stinking cool is that? Hold on a second. Shauner is my father because my biological didn't bother. I'm sorry to hear that, though, but you can come over anytime. Jason said, haven't been to the new one, but Old County Stadium, cheap bleacher seats, cheap brats, hot dogs, and cheap beer. I told you I love County Stadium. And you're going to see the people there are amongst the nicest people you'll ever meet. It is amazing how nice they are. And you walk in the parking lot and, hey, would you like yourself a brat and all that? Would I like myself a brat? All right. Always a pleasure chatting with you. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you guys soon. Later.
Off the Air with Sean Baligian. Executive produced by Sean Baligian and Todd Losey. Theme song, incidental music, and related sound effects are from Play It Loud by Jam Studio. Engineering, mixing, and graphic design support provided by the Unsyndicated Podcast team. Don't forget to like and subscribe on all your favorite channels. While you're there, be sure to rate and review the podcast. Got something to say to Sean? Call the Unsyndicated hotline at 248-237-3257.